Yes, sir.
Okay, screen
Yes,
is
sir.
the screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I hope you all have received the documents that I have sent to you all.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, स्टडी मटेरियल आपको पूरा मिल गया. Okay, so syllabus we will finalize within this today itself, and don't worry about the syllabus. Whatever we have covered in the class, and the content material, course material, and the content material that has been shared to you, that will be the probably that will be the syllabus for you. Okay, so nothing apart from that. So, and most probably today itself, I'll send the syllabus to you all. We have to discuss among different sections also. So, whatever is the course covered in that section, we have to match up with that. Okay, but most probably, whatever we have covered in the class, that will be the final. Okay. So, in the previous class, we have gone through with these slides. So, just let me know or stop me where you think that you haven't got this point or you haven't understood the point. Okay. So in the previous class, we have gone through with these slides, variables, so nomenclature. Okay. Variable nomenclature we have gone through. Any doubt in that? Then declaration. Then types of data structure. Oh, sorry, types of data in C. Then ranges. Then primitive data type. And then I think till here we have covered. User defined data type. Till user defined data type we have covered in the previous class. Is that okay? यहाँ तक किसी को कोई डाउट?
सर टेस्ट मतलब ऑब्जेक्टिव ही होगा, ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप होगा.
हाँ, बेसिक एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चंस.
एंड ये जो आपने स्लाइड शेयर की है, जो ये अपना पीपीटी, उसमें से ही होगा, मतलब वही है ना?
टॉपिक से ही होंगे. अब आपको भी तो अपना खुद से रीड करना है ना सारी चीजें.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर.
यस.
सर जो सीपी का प्रैक्टिकल हुआ है उस पे भी क्वेश्चन होंगे या फिर सिर्फ थ्योरी में से?
ट्यूटोरियल और थ्योरी.
ओके सर.
प्रैक्टिकल में आपने क्या किया? जो आपने पढ़ा है वो आया है प्रैक्टिकल में.
हाँ सर, वो कोडिंग क्वेश्चन जो रमेश सर ने कराए थे वो तो नहीं आएंगे एग्जाम में, जैसे उसका कोड लिखना हो जैसे?
बेसिक कोड्स अगर आए भी तो बहुत बेसिक कोड आएंगे.
ओके सर.
ओके, जहां तक टॉपिक कवर हुआ है वहीं तक के कोड आएंगे. ठीक है.
ओके सर.
एनी अदर?
सर एक डाउट था.
हाँ,
हाँ, कि अभी हम जब कोडिंग करते हैं
हाँ.
तो लास्ट में जब रिटर्न 0 लिखता है फाइनल
हाँ.
कोडिंग में,
हाँ.
फिर उसके बाद राइट वो कर्ल ब्रैकेट्स आते हैं, तो उसकी जगह हम GTCH और ब्रैकेट करें तो उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
अभी गेट CH आप बाद में हम देखेंगे. आपको मैं बताऊंगा, बाकी कंफ्यूज होंगे. वैसे भी रिटर्न 0 करने की जरूरत नहीं है. अभी तो आप सिर्फ एक ही फंक्शन पे काम कर रहे हैं ना, मेन फंक्शन पे.
हाँ, मेन.
तो उसमें रिटर्न 0 भी करने की जरूरत नहीं है. सिर्फ डिक्लेयर करते वक्त उसको वॉइड मेन ब्रैकेट ओपन क्लोज एंड देन स्टार्ट योर प्रोग्राम. आप रिटर्न
Okay.
फंक्शन लिखो.
ओके, ठीक है.
ओके.
सर
यस.
सर जैसे कल रमेश सर ने एक प्रैक्टिकल कराया था, उसमें स्टार्टिंग में क्लियर स्क्रीन भी लिखा था और एंड में गेट CH भी लिखा था.
अच्छा, क्लियर स्क्रीन जैसे प्रीवियस कंसोल का कोई आउटपुट है तो वो स्क्रीन जब आउटपुट शो करेगा तो वो आपकी फ्रेश स्क्रीन पे शो करेगा. ठीक है, पिछला कुछ नहीं दिखाएगा. तो फॉर एग्जांपल
ओके सर.
हाँ, सो गेट CH आपका बाद में आएगा, तो अभी हम कंफ्यूज नहीं करेंगे उसमें. ठीक है, क्लियर स्क्रीन का मैंने आपको बता दिया. गेट CH एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स वी विल गो थ्रू विद आफ्टर द यूनिट 2 आई थिंक.
ओके सर.
Okay. So let's start with this.
Hello.
Okay. So we were hearing type user-defined data type. User-defined data type can be defined using type def function. Okay. So what it does?
જૂના લેપટોપનું
So
રીપેસ્ટિંગ કરું છું.
it doesn't change the existing data type, but it
પતી ગયું કામ,
renames it.
બીજું શું?
Okay. For example, if I say type def int Ajay.
અને આ થર્મલ પેસ્ટ કેન્સર હશે.
Okay. If I say type def int Ajay.
થર્મલ
So
પેસ્ટ
that means
કેન્સર
अब
હશે.
Ajay, now Ajay will be represented as int.
એનિલ
That is
કહેતો તો
integer.
આંગળી
So,
અડવા
for
ના
example,
દેતો.
if I say type def int units, here you can see type def int units. So what it will do? Now instead of
Risk नहीं
int,
लेने
we
का.
can say units a. So if I say units a, that means a is a variable that is of type data type units. And what is units? Units is basically integer. Okay. So type definition allows user to define an identifier that would represent an existing data type. Okay. Argue that this is an existing data type. Int is an existing data type. Float is a existing data type that is already existing in C. Okay. So type def allows user to define an identifier that would represent an existing data type. So existing data type आपके क्या क्या हैं? Float है, integer है, char है, unsigned integer. All those are existing data types. So user-defined
Nah,
data
well,
types
not
identifier can later be used to declare the variable. It takes a general form like type def, type, and identifier. So type def,
હા ચલ.
I write type def, then type, and then identifier. Here, what is type?
तो printf और scanf भी वो एक आइडेंटिफायर ही कहेंगे हम.
ये टाइप आपका जो है एग्जिस्टिंग डेटा टाइप एंड आइडेंटिफायर आपका क्या होगा जो भी आप नया बोलना चाहते हैं. जैसे आइडेंटिफायर यहाँ पे यूनिट हो गया, टाइप इंटीजर हो गया, टाइप डेफ फंक्शन आपका यूज करते हैं आप यूजर डिफाइंड डेटा टाइप को रीड करने के लिए. ठीक है. हाँ, आप क्या पूछ रहे थे प्रिंटफ का?
हाँ मतलब printf scanf वो सिमिलरली ऐसे आइडेंटिफायर ही है.
आप प्रिंट वो आइडेंटिफायर है कि वो एक फंक्शन है?
अच्छा मतलब गलत है. ओके.
आइडेंटिफायर क्या होता है? ये आपने पिछली क्लास में आपने देखा था ना. कीवर्ड्स, कांस्टेंट्स, आइडेंटिफायर. जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना int a equal to 10 और a equal to 10, then a is identifier. Okay.
यस सर. ओके.
Sorry. Okay. So if I say this, then type def type and then identifier. So identifier, for example, here is if I say this type def int units, then int is a type and units is a identifier, where type refers to the existing data type. So existing data types क्या क्या है हमारे? Float है, integer है, char है, unsigned integer है, signed integer है, signed char है, unsigned char है, double है. ये सारे आपके existing data types हैं. Okay, that we have seen in the previous class. Remember that the new type is new only in name but not the data type. Okay, कोई नया डेटा टाइप हम नहीं बना रहे. डेटा टाइप एग्जिस्टिंग है जो कि यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है. ओके, जैसे इंटीजर क्या है, एग्जिस्टिंग डेटा टाइप है. द इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इज दिस. ओके, existing data type. TabDep allows user to define an integer identifier that would represent an existing data type. Okay, so for example, in some of the units, or let's say you want to create a program where instead of integer they identify it with bags, or or say you are doing something for warehouse system, so they doesn't understand about integer, they understand about racks. So then you can change integer into racks so that they could also understand what is there in the program. Okay, so remember that the new data type is new only in the name, but not, we are not creating any new data type, सिर्फ नाम change कर रहे हैं. Okay, है वो वही. Integer will be always remain as integer. We are now saying हम integer को unit से represent करेंगे इस example में. इसमें देखिए, what we are saying is integer will remain integer itself, but now we will, instead of integer, we will say units. So earlier we used to define int a equal to 10. Now after writing this line, we can say units equal to 10, and this means this unit is what? Int. We are just renaming int to units. Okay, so now unit symbolizes int and mark symbolizes float. For example, I say unit marks equal to 10. So this is identifier and this is unit, and unit represent what? Int. So this basically means int marks equal to 10. Okay, any confusion? Okay, then we can define the symbolic constants also. When a constant is used at many places, for example, if you are using the case where you need to find the area of triangle, circumference of triangle and all those things, then you can say that we are going to use this pi as a constant, because we are going to use 2 pi r, pi r square, and so on. These formulas we are going to use in case we are building a program to calculate the area of circle, a perimeter of circle, and such cases. So there we use constant. So to calculate the area we require this constant pi. So what we can do, we can define it in self in the program. So when a constant is used at many places in a program, so due to some reason, if the value of that constant need to be changed, then we need to change at every statement where that constant occur in the program. So modification becomes difficult. So sir, symbolic constant help in solving these problems. So here the constant is given a symbolic name, and instead of constant value, symbolic name is used in the program. So if I define here in the program itself, hash define pi space 3.1415. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm defining a symbolic constant pi which is having value 3.1415. Here the constant is given a symbolic name, and instead of constant value, symbolic name is used in the program. Okay, now my program will be like area equal to 2 pi r square, where this is 2 and this r is radius. Sorry, I think it's pi r square, so 2 pi r is for circumference. So area equal to pi r square, but in this program we can write pi r square. Okay, and the value of pi will come from here. Okay, we are defining a symbolic constant pi, so we can write like area equal to pi r square. So r square pi into r into r. Okay, so with this we can define our symbolic constant using hash define. Okay, clear? Okay, then we can have user defined data types also. So enum basically we use for that. So enumerated data types. So we can define more than one integer symbolic constant. That is, for example, enum identifier value 1, value 2, value 3, and so on. Example of that is enum day. A day can have 7 values: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay. Here enum is a keyword and day is the data type. Enum is the keyword and day is the data type defined, and the possible values of that data type. Now the possible values of day is sun, month, tu, when, ter, Friday, sat. So these are the only possible values for data type day. Okay, day is the data type defined and the possible values are as specified in the bracket. So all the values that are specified within the bracket will be the values for that data type. So many variable declared of day type can have values which we have specified within the bracket. So we can declare variable of enum type as enum day today also, and then we can assign value to variable as today equal to sun. Okay, so the compiler automatically assign integer digit beginning from 0 to all enumerated constant. Okay, for example, over here the compiler will have a value 0 for Sunday, 0 for Monday, 1 for Tuesday, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the compiler automatically assign integer digits beginning with 0 to all enumerated constants. For the above example here, we can say like the value will be 0 for Sunday, 1 for Monday, 2 for Tuesday, 3 for Wednesday, 4 for Thursday, 5 for Friday, and 6 for Saturday. Okay. Now the next topic is type conversion. So first, let's see one example. Okay. So for example, if I say int a equal to 5, float b equal to 6.5. Now I say int c equal to 10. So if I am performing c equal to a into b, the data type of c is int, data type of a is int, data type of b is float, because we have defined float b, int a, int c. Okay, now in C what happens if we are performing operation here? This is operator, multiplication is operator, a, b, these are operands. Okay, in such cases where we have an operator that requires more than one operand. मल्टीप्लीकेशन में कितने ऑपरेंड चाहिए? 2 into 2 फॉर एग्जाम्पल, 2 into 4, 2 ऑपरेंड चाहिए. Okay, in the such cases, if an operator requires more than one operand and the data type of both the operands are different, data type of A is integer, B is float, isn't it? So in those cases we need to do type conversion. Okay, in these cases where an operand which require more than operator which require more than 2 operands, then we require type conversion. And if that operands are of different data types, then we require type conversion. Problem statement clear? Type conversion कब करेंगे? Okay. So typecasting or type conversion is a way to convert a variable from one data type to another data type. For example, here data types are integer for A, float for B. Okay. Whenever an expression involves two different types of operand, so operand, two different type of operand, A and B, two operand, C language applies the type conversion rule to evaluate an expression. Okay. At a time, only one operator under the consideration is taken. So what does it mean? Third line, what does it mean? It means if your equation is like x equal to A into B plus C into D minus F. Okay. So what it is saying, at a time only one operator under consideration is taken. So at a time one operator is consideration. Operators are this, and this. Multiplication, plus, multiplication and minus. So this is saying at a time only one operator under consideration is taken. So at a time we can do either this one or this one or this one or this one. Okay, clear? A into B at a time, for example, A into B, we can see either B plus C, we can say C into D, we can say D minus F, we can say. Okay, at a time only one operator under consideration is taken. If the operands are of different type, so here we can say A into B, operand are of different data types, integer and float. Then the operand with the lower type is upgraded to the higher type and then the operation is performed. So what it is saying, if we have operator which requires two operand and those two operands are of different data types, then the operand with lower type is upgraded to higher type. So here the lower type is integer, higher type is float, lower and higher. So now this integer will be upgraded into float. Am I clear? It is of two types: automatic type conversion, that is implicit casting, explicit type conversion, also called as typecasting. So this slide is clear to you all? If it is clear, then we can move forward. इसमें कोई doubt है किसी को? All the points are clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this is the hierarchy. Okay. Hierarchy. On the right hand side, we have a table of hierarchy. Okay. This is the hierarchy. This is the lowest. And then this, then this, then this, then this. And the highest one is double. Okay. Char is having the lowest. So we move upwards. Okay. Char and short operand are converted into int. Lower data types are converted to higher data types as a result of The conversion between unsigned and signed type may not yield intuitive results. For example, if we have float f double d long l, okay, data type are float, double, and long, then int I short s. If we say d plus f, so what data type of d is? Double. Data type of f? Float. Now tell me, d plus f, double and float. Okay. What will be the resultant data types? D plus f. This will, what it says, lower data types are converted to higher data types. So here D is double, F is float. Which is lower? Float is lower. Here you can see double is the highest, float is lower. This float will be converted into double. Okay. So here these two variables will be converted into double. Now next example, I divided by S. I divided by S. I is integer, S is short. Which is lower? Now tell me which is lower? Lower data type? Short is lower data type. So it will be converted into int. Okay. Now see third example, L by I. L is long, I is integer. Okay. So which is higher? Which is higher data type?
Long.
Long is higher data type. I will be converted into now long. Okay. Clear? Okay. Now we have an example like x equal to 1 divided by I plus 1 I into f minus d. Okay. So x equal to 1 divided by I plus I into f minus d. So what it says, once you move backward, here the third point, read the third point. At the time only one operator under consideration is taken. Okay. Now here we have precedence and associativity while evaluating the expression. Okay. Precedence, dense, and associativity. To evaluate an expression, we require precedence and associativity rules. Okay. So we will see it in the next classes to how to evaluate the expression. But for time being, what I can say, the precedence of star, that is multiplication and division, is higher than plus minus. Okay. So first thing, and then precedence of this bracket is higher than multiplication and division. Okay. So if we encounter brackets, first we have to solve that. Then if the brackets has been solved, then we have to solve this multiplication and division. And then once it is done, then we go for plus and minus. Okay. Precedence is clear. For the time being, let's say this is okay. So according to precedence, here there is no bracket. So here there is no bracket. We are not going to see this. Here we have plus, minus, and division and multiplication. So division and multiplication has the highest priority. So it will be solved first. In C, we move basically left to right. So first left to right movement. So left to right, if we will move, first operator is division, then plus, then multiplication, then minus. Okay. So first operator is division, and division has the higher probability than plus and minus. So if we move left to right, the first is division, and then same priority is for multiplication. So first ever operator which has encountered, that has to be solved first. So here we are going to solve 1 divided by I first. Okay. So I is here, data type of I is integer. Data type of 1 is, here we have defined long int a. 1 is long int. Okay. So in the preference, long is higher than int. Okay. So this I will be converted into long. Okay. Here this I will be converted to long. Okay. Then next is this operator star we have to perform. I into f. F is float. The lower is I. So I will be here converted into float. Okay. Similarly, if we move, then we have to perform this plus operation. So here we have data type x equal to long plus float. I'm saying just about data type. So I 1 divided by I, the data type of it is long. I into f. I is converted to float. So the data type of this is float now. So long plus float. Float is a higher priority. So it will be converted into float. That is done over here. And then minus d. D is double. Double has highest priority or highest precedence. Here you can see high data type. Okay. So here now we have float plus double at the last, float minus double. Now this will be converted into double. This float will be converted into double. Okay. But int I, x is integer. So let's see what will happen if we evaluate this equation. Okay. So for example, if we have int a comma b float c double d, a equal to 5, c equal to 5.5, d equal to 4.0 and b equal to a into c plus d by 10. Okay. Now a is integer, c is float, d is double. Okay. Now tell me what will happen. B equal to A into C plus D by 10. This is int. C is float. D is double. Okay. Left to right we'll move. We have operators like in multiplication, plus and division. Plus and division have same precedence. So first we have encountered multiplication, so we will solve this one first. Okay. So with this A and C, A multiplication C, what will be the result? A will be converted into
The float.
float. Okay. Now it will become, this particular thing will become float. Okay. Now next precedence is for multi division. Okay, here D is of data type double. This is normal number, it may be integer. So if it is integer, then this number will be converted into double.
Double.
Okay, and then float plus double, because this resultant will be double and this resultant is float. So float plus double, then what will it result? It will convert
Double.
this float into double. Okay, the resultant is double. Clear? So if we evaluate this equation, B equal to A into C plus D by 10. So A, value of A is 5, value of C is 5.5, 5 into 5.5, what will be the answer? 5 into 5.5, 27.5. A into C equal to 27.5. D by 10, what is the value of D? 4 by 10. 4 by 10 will result in 0.4. Okay, this is D by 10. And then what we are doing? A into C plus D by 10. So 27.5 plus 0.04. It is equal to 27.9. Okay. Now what we are saying? B equal to, I'll B equal to 27.9. Okay. Now tell me, what will be the answer? Data type of B is INT. आंसर क्या होगा? क्या आंसर प्रिंट करेगा?
तो 28 में भी ट्रंकेट कर देगा.
It
27 है ना सर?
yeah.
Oh,
So
sorry, 27.
27 सर.
So don't confuse it with operator. Okay, this is assignment operator. Here there will be no type conversions कि ये double है और ये integer है तो ये इसको double में convert कर देगा. No. Okay, if I'm saying int b equal to this, then it will store, b will store 27 and it will truncate this value. It will store only integer value. Okay, so this is why it will print 27. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now in some cases we require this. So for example, we have a code like this: main float a, b, c, x, y, z. Then a equal to 9, b equal to 12, c equal to 3, x equal to this, y equal to this, and z equal to this. So here all the data types are of float. So 9 minus, yeah, 9 minus b by 3 is 12 by 3 plus c into 2, 3 into 2 minus 1. Yeah. Okay. So in certain cases, if we do not handle this type conversion properly, then there are chances that output of our result or our results are not proper. So integer promotion is the process by which value of integer type smaller than integer or unsigned integer are converted either to integer or unsigned integer. So for example, if I say int I equal to 17, char c equal to c, int sum equal to I plus c. So now tell me, I is integer, c is char. So what will happen?
Integer.
Okay, so printf value of sum %d backslash n sum. Here the value of sum is coming 116 because compiler is doing integer promotion and converting the value of c to ASCII before performing the actual addition operation. Because the ASCII value of c is 99, 99 plus 17 equal to 116. It is printing 116. Okay. Then explicit type conversion. So you can convert value from one type to another explicitly by using cast operator. Okay. So the general form of the type casting operator is type name expression. For example, if I'm saying over here, int a b c float something x y z, and if I'm using any expression like x equal to a into b into x plus y and so on. Okay, and if I write here at this place double, and then I write this expression, then the result of this expression will be converted into double. Okay, for example, say x equal to double, whatever is the expression. So the resultant of this expression might be float. Okay, but as we are using double here, so it will convert this float into double. Okay, so general form of typecasting operator is type name. So here the type name I am giving is at double and then expression. So this is our expression. Here the type name is the name of data type we want to convert the expression to. The converted x value is used during evaluation and expression only. It does not change the basic data type. Okay. Float to int conversion causes truncation of the fractional part. For example, int a equal to 10, float f equal to 5.905, a equal to f. So what it will do? If I say a equal to f, so a will store 5 only. Okay, it will automatically store 5 only. So float is converted to integer in this case. So for example, typecasting, we have int sum equal to 17, count equal to 5, double mean. Okay, so I say mean equal to double sum by count. So what it will do? Sum is integer. Here it is integer. This is count is integer. So integer divided by integer, the resultant will be integer. Now with this what we are saying, this result should be converted into double. Okay, so 17 divided by 5 equal to 3.4. Okay, but
Yes, sir.
but both the data types are of integer. Both the data type, this is integer, this is integer. So if we run this program, then what will happen? If we don't use this double. Okay, quickly we can see that. Just give me a moment, I type this program. Okay. Let me share you the screen. Okay, the screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry. It has to be percentage F. Okay. Output screen might not be visible to you all because I haven't shared as the output. So if I run this program without any typecasting, okay. If I run this program without any typecasting, in this A is integer, B is integer. So the resultant is integer. So A by B, what is the value? The actual value has to be 17 by 5 equal to 3.4. But in this, if you print mean, then it will be printing 3.0. The answer will be 3.000. Okay. Why? Because the resultant is integer itself. So वो 3.4 को इंटीजर में कन्वर्ट कर देगा. 3.4 इंटीजर में कन्वर्ट हुआ तो क्या होगा 3. इसलिए अगर आप मीन को प्रिंट कराएंगे तो प्रिंट करेगा 3. तो इससे बचने के लिए हमको करना होता है, इसको हम कन्वर्ट कर दें अगर डबल में. यहाँ पे हम ऐसे लिखते हैं डबल. सो नाउ दिस रिजल्टेंट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू डबल. अभी तक रिजल्टेंट क्या था आपका इंटीजर, अब ये कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा डबल में. ओके. नाउ इफ आई रन दिस, सॉरी इसको रीड नहीं करेगा. नाउ इफ आई रन दिस द रिजल्ट वुड बी 3.40. ओके. यू कैन ट्राई इट एट योर एंड ऑल्सो. आप इसको अपने एंड पे भी करके देख लेना एक बार. ठीक है. Just one or two more slides are there, then we'll finish the topic. So just today we will finish it. So it should be noted here that the cast operator has precedence over division. So the value of sum is first converted to type double, and finally it get divided by count, yielding a double value. Okay. So if I don't write double over here, then the output, if we want to print, then it will be printing something called 3. If I use double, then it will automatically typecast these operands into double, and the resultant will become double. So the output of this sum by count will be 3.4. Now 3 by 4 is 3.4 in double is, it will be printed. So mean, if we print mean, then it will print 3.4. So what I can say here is, if I don't use this double, not using double, this double, then the output will be 3.00. Okay. If I use double here, then the output will be 3.400. Okay, so what it will convert these operand into double and then perform this division operation. Clear? So here we have another example. For example, here int sum equal to 47 and int n equal to 10, float average equal to sum by n. Okay. So if I say average equal to sum by n, data type of sum is integer, data type of n is integer. So automatically the result of sum by n will be integer. So sum is 47, n is 10. So the correct output that we want to be printed in average is 47 by 10 equal to 4 4.7, but as this is integer as well as n is integer, so it will be automatically converted into integer. So this decimal point will be truncated if we don't write float over here. Okay, so if we print average simply, then it will be giving you output as 4. Okay, if I write average equal to float sum by n, so what it will do, it will typecast this sum and n into float. Now it will be 4.7, and if you print this value, then it will give you output as 4.7. So in the first line, in the first line of the output, integer arithmetic takes the place where the sum is this and this is this. So automatically the type converted this take place, and 10 will become 10.0. So floating point arithmetic takes place, while in the last line of output, float typecasting takes place on sum by n, which is 4 converted into float, that will become float. So just check this value. Just try to run this and then see what will happen. Okay. So your task is to just try to copy this code on your code blocks and execute this code. Okay. Then you will get the better understanding of what we are saying. Average equal to sum by n. So third one, what will it will do? Float, then bracket expression. What it will do? So floating point arithmetic takes, while in the last line, the output float typecasting takes place on sum by n. Typecasting is taking place on sum by n, which is 4. Then converted into float, which it becomes 4.0. So if I say sum by n equal to 4.7, लेकिन अब इसको हमने sum by n float ऐसे लिखा, तो क्या करेगा? ये रिजल्टेंट के डेटा टाइप को कन्वर्ट करेगा फ्लोट में, लेकिन अगर रिजल्टेंट के डेटा टाइप को जब ये कन्वर्ट करेगा तो रिजल्टेंट का डेटा टाइप तो इंटीजर है. So integer में तो decimal point store नहीं कर सकते. It will be 4. Now it will convert this 4 into float. So it will become 4.00 and so on. Okay? ये जो लाइन कह रहा है वो ये कह रहा है कि अगर हम ब्रैकेट में एक्सप्रेशन को लिखेंगे तो वो एक्सप्रेशन का जो रिजल्टेंट है उसको टाइपकास्ट करेगा. ठीक है, ब्रैकेट का रिजल्टेंट, ब्रैकेट के अंदर में जो भी रिजल्टेंट है, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर इंटीजर है तो उसको टाइपकास्ट करेगा वो डेसिमल में. लेकिन इन दैट केस सम बाई एन तो अभी स्टोर होगा, वो इंटीजर में ही स्टोर होगा. तो सम बाई एन जो कि 4.7 है, अगर इंटीजर में इसको करेंगे तो ये 4 होगा. ओके, सो अब इसको अगर टाइपकास्ट करेंगे फ्लोट में तो ये क्या करेगा? बस इसमें डेसिमल वैल्यू ऐड कर देगा. Okay, so with this I'll end this class today. Try to run this code. Okay, try to run this code on float blocks, then you will get a better understanding. Okay, so any other questions, any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, those
Okay, sir.
okay. So one more thing I want to tell you, just take care of the tutorials also. So we have covered flowchart, algorithm, and a numbering system in tutorial. Okay, so I think Ram sir is taking your tutorial.
Yes, sir.
Both T1, T2 batches, huh? Okay.
No, sir. In T2, Ram sir is taking lab and Vaishali ma'am is taking tutorials in N2.
Okay. Okay, okay. So what I suggest you just revise those topics also because that is there in the quiz.
Okay, sir.
Number conversion and your flowchart and algorithm. Okay.
Okay.
Or in case you have any queries or any doubts, then in those two topics, then we can take it up on tomorrow's class. We have a class tomorrow, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
sir. Have a nice
Thank
day,
you.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.